And how do people with high and low self-esteem differ in their reaction to failure?
What do you see as reinforcement versus success?
Is that self-esteem?
Oh, sorry, that's concept.
Yes, that's concept. So like if I would make you all write a list down of like, you describe Amanda, you describe Andrew, Jenna, and you guys write down like, I'm all this, that would be your self-concept. An evaluation of that would be your self-esteem. So self-esteem is the evaluation. I stole your candy. Liz, you have your hand up, sorry.
Oh, no, okay.
Do you want to take another one? Any of the ones up there? Or anyone? Anyone? Bueller. Bueller.
People with high self-esteem not get affected by the negative feedback.
Yes, so people with high self-esteem, they like ran an experiment and they gave them like negative and a little bit of positive. People with low self-esteem would cling to the negative evaluation while the other people wouldn't. They'd be like, they would focus on things that they did right or characteristics they like about themselves, and they usually improve as well. While the other ones kind of give up and they're like, well, I didn't do good, whatever, I'm not going to try anymore. So as I said before, these are self-esteem, self-concept, and people with low self-esteem lack a basic confidence in themselves, which is really sad. And it's stable over time, usually. So you're going to feel bad about yourself forever, unless you go to therapy. And what are that should be strengths of time alone, not lengths of time alone, and what can be accomplished in those times? No. Oh yeah, it is length of time. Sorry, why did I still think it was strength? You're right. Length of time. Thank you, Jenna. Yes. Those are the 3 types. Should everyone hear those? Can you say it again? Exactly. So we have short periods, which are measured in minutes, then hours, and then days. And depending on your characteristics, some people like having time alone while other people don't. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So the great thing about having those short periods is that you can have self-restoration and emotional renewal. So it's kind of like your body giving it like a timeout and letting it get to where it needs to be. While longer periods can help you work through, you know, personal problems and make important decisions. I mean, we've all been there that we need, like something big's happening and we have to go by ourselves and kind of think through the process of what we should do. And extended periods allow oneself to develop spirituality, intellectual, and creativeness. So like sometimes artists will lock themselves away in their studios and just allow for that to like come onto the canvas. How does time alone change with age?
Well, you're already more time.
You were about to, sorry. You got it. I know you know that. I know you all know that.
Quiet. Don't enter.
I know. I'm trying to get them. Andrew, come on. You got this.
No, she got it.
She got it?
I don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't
The older you are, the more time you spend alone.
Yes, because all your friends die. Children spend the most time with other people, and then it gets less and less. I swear, everyone dies. Who are you going to, like, you have to use a Ouija board to talk to your friends when you're old. Like, I think that's how my grandma does it. Hey, Jenna, what's up? Game of Thrones as well. Anyone in Game of Thrones, less time. The more you live, the less time you have with others. I just ruined that for whoever watching the show. What does research say about individual differences in preference for solitude? Solitude is that being isolation, being alone. Yes. So, as you said, on one end of the dimension are people who avoid solitude. So those are the people who don't like to be alone, and when they are alone, they feel super lonely and they're sad. And on the other end, there are people who resemble the self-actualized individuals. There's a big connection that they prefer spending time alone. and they find something positive in being by themselves. Anyone here like to spend time alone? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We self-actualize. I'm sorry for the rest of you. What are some positive aspects of solitude?
Social is equal to public.
Well, yes, social. They say that that's having social support. You can still have social support and have solitude time to yourself and have those relationships waiting. Okay, so it's not like you're just all alone on an island with a book. Wilson, anyone have any ideas what are the positive aspects? Most people seek out social interactions afterwards after spending time alone. Yes. These are some positive aspects. You guys are all focused, like, oh, this is my last slide. You guys, we finished in an hour. That's impressive. So these are some of the positive ones. That's really interesting what you were saying. Let me see that on the Can you repeat it again? Most people, after they spend enough time alone, want to do social interactions afterwards. Yeah, so if you are someone who prefers to be alone, you are, when you finish, you're going to go hang out with people, and you also don't have that social anxiety. It's not like you're alone because you have social anxiety. You're choosing to be alone, so you're not avoiding people. That's the whole point. And some of the positive aspects of solitude are problem solving. There's inner peace because you could meditate. There's self-discovery. You get to know yourself better. There's creativity. There's intimacy and spirituality. Mm-hmm. And with that, we're pretty much done with the PowerPoint. I say, like, we have 30 minutes in the space if anyone has questions or if you guys want to have a little bit of a discussion. Are we feeling better about this stuff?